Good evening. This is Tamara. I'm here with Women in Shoes magazine again. Tonight we have a real treat for you. I'm a huge fan, and I know a lot of you are a huge fan. We have DJ Paul, the King of Memphis, on the line with us this evening. We want to make sure that you are following us on Instagram at Women in Shoes Mag, and also follow me. I am Be More Peach, the letter B, M-O-R-E, Peach. So we're going to get started this evening with Paul. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Peachy. You from Baltimore or something?
I am from Baltimore.
But you live in Atlanta, so you had to add that little peach on there?
You got it. That's right.
Nice. Right. I like it.
So, long-time fan. I've been rocking with y'all since, y'all had us rocking in the 559 down here in Atlanta. So we know that y'all have been around for a long time, and you come from the legendary.
26 years.
26 years. That's a huge accomplishment for,
You're
seeing as though we have a lot of
26 years old.
I'm gonna take that as a compliment. Because I don't know if you heard me. I said I was at the 559 in Atlanta, so that kind of ages me just a little bit.
I love it. I'm not going to even get on here at my age. I had music out when there was cassette tapes.
I know, and that's when the music was good, when we used to have to try to tape it off the radio real quick and press record and just get everything right. Press and stop and record. So talking about how long you've been out, you have had an almost 30-year career. Give us some advice that you would give to some of the newcomers that are out now.
Man, I'm going to say, man, just, can you hear me good?
Yeah, we can hear you.
In the mountain, and it was cracking up. Man, that's what we need more now in hip hop, I feel. A lot of the kids out here tending to lean more towards other things that they are fans of. And there's nothing wrong with that, but it's a trap that you could easily put yourself into, being a fan of somebody else's music too much that's in the same genre of music that you are. So it'll make you sound like them without even trying to sound like them. It's just how your mind just take you. So like if I listen to somebody out there I like, say for instance if I'm listening to Future. I listen to Future when I'm, cruising in the car or playing it in the club, DJing. And there's no offense to Future or anybody in here. I'm just giving a general point. So, like, I got times when I listen to music. If I'm in the studio, I'm not going to be listening to anybody else's music. But, like, I'm cruising down the street on the highway or something, I listen to it then. I might be cleaning up around the house or whatever, or barbecuing outside with some friends and all that. Of course, I'm going to listen to it then. I ain't going to just play 3 6 Mafia the whole time. Seem all cocky and everything with the pictures on the wall. But when I'm in the studio or even headed to the studio or headed to a concert, anywhere where I got to mentally prepare myself, I'm not going to be listening to nobody else. I'm taking a photo shoot and they got the music playing in the back. I'm not going to be listening to nobody else because, before you know it, even riding down the street, you got to watch it. You can't listen to it too much. You got to kind of just put it in, cruise to it for a little while, and then just kind of get up out of it. And then just kind of more when you're riding down the street, you kind of just don't even really want to be listening to music, to be honest with you. You want to just let that be the time where your mind is free. So when you leave work or you leave being around some other people, just in the car and just riding with no music on and just looking at what's going on in the city and your surroundings and all that is way more better to me. But, that's just me, though, because I got a musical job. Somebody else that don't, they might work in the office or something. They might be like, yeah, fuck this. I want to listen to some tunes. So it might be, it might be different for them. But for me, I like that to be my time.
It makes good sense because it explains a lot why we hear a lot of the same sound with music. Sometimes it doesn't not that we go through periods where it's not as innovative as it could be. That makes really
and right now it's one of those times where everybody want to sound like this person, like everybody want to sound like this person, everybody want to sound like that person. It's just the cool thing to do right now. Okay, I want to do what's cool. But what with 3 6 Mafia, we didn't go after to do what was cool. What we was doing, people hated it. The fans loved it.
I remember.
Record labels was like, fuck this. We're not giving you no record deal with all this talking about cocaine and beating people up and all this craziness, getting high and all this. Record labels wouldn't give us no record deal. And, people, there was, like, on certain parts of the East Coast. Like, East Coast fuck with us, B-more and all that. East Coast fuck with us, but when they went up to, like, New York, it was not – New York fuck with us, too, but, like, you would have the guys that was, like, the straight hip-hop heads. Mm-hmm. They would be like, the straight garbage. They would call and leave messages on our office answer machine, like, Juicy J's whack, DJ Paul's whack, all this shit and all this shit.
That is crazy.
Yeah, but we talking about the mid-90s when all this was going on. These days, we get mega love from all of the East Coast, New York, everywhere. Shit, man, that's some of my best homies is in New York. K. Slay, I talk to this nigga every day. But
no, I do remember that because I came to Atlanta to go to college in '96, and so some of your music was coming out, like it was hitting really hard at that time. It had already kind of been out in the South. And so for people like me that were coming from the North, like we were just hearing Master P, Ice Cream Man, and stuff like that. And so when we came down here and we had access to the music, it was crazy. So I remember, like, going home on break and all of my friends, like I had the tapes. I had the 3-6 tapes and, the UGK tapes. And my friends were like, oh, my God, you got to buy that for me because it wasn't exactly selling. And then it did hit Baltimore because, like, Baltimore and D.C. really gets into that kind of music. So I do remember that being I do remember that, not having that access to it, and then all of a sudden it just exploded.
And that's what makes things be so worth so much more when everybody can't access it. When you just hear about it and it's so underground and it's not accessible, it makes you want it more. So you look on TV on a magazine right now, and you see some shoes you like that you want real bad, but you can't find them nowhere online in your size or nowhere at the stores or all this, and then you keep looking at it, you're like, fuck, I want these, I gotta find these. And then when you get them, you're happy as hell, or either you just like to the point where I'm kind of over it now. But yeah, that's one of the things that built the music up, because the music built on the ground through people that would from Memphis or somewhere in the South. Well, it really started in Memphis, obviously. So what people happened to people from Memphis would get it, and then school because I was selling them at school at first. So when they would graduate, I was in the 10th grade. So when I would sell it to seniors and shit like that, they would graduate and go to the Army or to college. They would take it. And then when I would run back into them, I would hear stories about, man, I took your tape with me to college. Them niggas stole my CD, man. Stole the cassette tape at that time. Stole the tape, man, this and that. Because when they would play it in their college dorm, people would be like, what the hell is this? Like, I never heard nothing like this before. Like, what is this? And they would steal their tapes, and then it just built like that. From the people duplicating it and stealing it and this and then it just built underground. And then when we got the first record deal, that's when that shit went crazy.
So you are, of course, like we said, part of the legendary rap group 3 6 Mafia. We got Hypnotized Mind, Prophet Posse. Y'all were the original rock and roll rap stars. Before, we had Future and Wayne and all of them kind of coming out now. Tell us about some of your biggest triumphs and successes of your career.
Well, obviously our biggest success was the Oscar, obviously. But I don't.
Just one time.
Yeah, one of those. And you do garage door openers too, right?
think we might have one of those.
Yeah, let me see if you can duplicate that. I would say, the biggest accomplishment was the Oscar. But, people always ask me, like, what was my most favorite moment of our career? Obviously, I love the Oscar. I cherish it. But I would have to say my favorite point in our career was when we got our first gold album. Because if it wasn't for that first gold album, that was with Teddy Club Up.
Right.
But it was an album though. But Teddy Club Up was the single and Late Night Tip. If it wasn't for those first original gold albums, then we wouldn't even been to the point where we'd be nominated for an Oscar or even asked to make the damn song. So that's why I kind of put it above it. But don't get me wrong, love the Oscar like fucking anybody can love anything, more than anybody can love anything.
No,
so
but it makes perfect sense because y'all were grinding and stuff, and those organic moments make a huge difference in your career because they're what get you to where you are today.
Yeah, exactly.
Because, seriously, I just re-downloaded that whole Late Night Tip album. Like, I just re-downloaded it like a couple weeks ago. So, still buying it today.
Nice.
Still buying it today.
That was a good one.
It was classic. So tell us about some of your new music that you have coming out.
So the new stuff, man, I'm bringing out 3 CDs starting the end of April. They'll be 3 months apart, and then I have 6 songs on each one of them. And they end Halloween. The last one to drop Halloween. If I can stick to this plan, I'm gonna try my best. Hopefully, I can though. But I'm not.
Stick to the plan. We need the music. We need the music.
Yeah. But you got to stick to the plan, but still let it be quality.
Yes.
If I feel it ain't there, then we're gonna have to, be off a week or something with one of these. But so 3 CDs, 6 songs, 3 months apart, and that's what I'm working on right now. That and production for other people. Like I'm doing some production for my man John Connor from Flint, Michigan. That's Dr. Dre's new artist through Aftermath. And I just did some stuff with Dave East, who's Nas' artist up in New York, and a lot of kids, man. So been trying to do more with the younger crowd, man, because they like big fans, but they always I would hear things that they kind of felt that I wouldn't do something like that or whatever. But man, definitely would be, man. Love the youth, man, and love to help them out and give them all the advice that I can. So every time we've been in a studio session, it mostly be more advice that I be giving to some of them than us doing music.
But that's invaluable, though. That's invaluable. Like, when do you really get a chance to sit down with somebody who's had a career that spans like yours? That doesn't happen all the time. And somebody who's willing to give that information, that's invaluable. They'll never get that anywhere else.
Yep.
All right. So I saw that you have your cooking segment, Cooking with Bae, for Global Grind. Tell us a little bit about the barbecue sauce that you have out. And do you really cook at home with Bae like that? Is she really that blessed?
Oh, man, I cook all the time. Yes, she is, man. I cook all the time. I love to cook. I like, thank you, man. I'll check all this out, too. Thank you. I love to cook. Restaurants, we go to restaurants a lot, too, but I try not to, which it never works. But I try to stay away from restaurants as much as I can, and then I still end up going at least 5 times a week, but I still cook at home because I like cooking myself more than eating at restaurants because I can flavor it how I want it to be flavored. So versus going to a steakhouse and you go up in there and you're giving them like $35 for a steak or some crazy shit. They bring you out a steak that ain't even got salt and pepper on it. You know what I'm saying? And red as hell on the inside, and you're telling them to take it back and forth, and beef just ain't one of those things that you can keep flipping and overcooking it because it'll dry it out. So I'll just rather cook at home and get it done like I want it. And I can flavor it like I want to flavor it, and then I know it's going to be good for a third of the fucking price. You know, so I go in the house and get that same ribeye steak for $8 at the grocery store. I'm going to bring it home. I'm going to throw it on the grill, cook it over some charcoal. It's going to be great. And I'm going to sit in the backyard, drink me a beer and eat, and I'm going to be happy as hell. And it's going to taste exactly like I want it to taste.
So tell us about the barbecue sauce that you have out.
Yeah, so how the barbecue sauce came about is when we moved to when we got places, we still live in Tennessee, but mostly we live in on the West Coast. So when we won the Oscar, we moved to the West Coast. I was looking for a good barbecue, and it was hard for me to find it. So I found some pretty good barbecue, but I didn't find no great, like Memphis, Tennessee, Dirty South barbecue.
Mhm.
So
especially not out west.
Yeah, so I was like, this is a major problem. I was like, this is almost to the point where you put the house up and say you just bought. So I was like, man, look. So what I would do is I would go, every time I would go back home to Memphis, I would take an extra suitcase that I would fill up with all the local barbecue seasonings and sauces. And then after a point, I just got so sick of doing that I was like, man, I know how to cook. I know how to make sauces. I make sauces all the time at home. I was like, I'm just going to focus on a barbecue sauce and a barbecue rub that I can make my own and sell it myself. But I didn't think about selling it originally. I just thought about just getting it and just to have it. And then when I started letting my neighbors taste it, I throw barbecues and this and that and let the neighbors come by and they taste it. And one of my neighbors was like, man, this stuff is good. He was like, you ought to sell this. I'm like, yeah, you're right. I ought to sell it to you right now because you keep borrowing it. So I just decided to put it out and sell it, man, and it does real good, man. It does real good for us. It just needs to get in some stores. I had a chance to sit down and go through that process of making something like that happen, but I sure want to focus on it once I get this music out the way or hire somebody to focus on it because music is never out the way in my life.
Yeah, music never stops. I know, especially for you.
It never stops. But I definitely want to get behind it a little more because everybody that tastes it love it, man. Everybody that tastes it love it.
So tell us who's on your playlist because we're talking about how music never stops for you. You got a couple other things going on. You got the clothing line and everything coming up, which we're going to talk about in a second. But tell us, when you're listening to music, who's on your playlist?
Oh, man, I listen to 80s and 70s. I listen to, some 60s, but I mostly listen to 70s, R&B, soul. We call it pimpin' music where I'm from. And I listen to 70s rock. Then I listen to 80s rock and some of the 80s R&B. A lot of the 80s R&B actually, but more of when the 80s I was more leaning towards the 80s rock and pop. So I listened to a lot of Duran Duran and Tears for Fears, and I listened to Van Halen, and I listened to a lot of rock, but I listen to a lot of R&B as well. But older R&B, I don't really listen to new R&B that much. I listen to some, but mostly old R&B. When it comes to rap, I don't listen to a whole lot of rap, but I do listen to rap because I DJ as well, and I have to stay with what's going on. But like I said, I don't listen to tons of it, but I love Future. I love Waka Flocka. I love
people who get the party started.
Yeah. There's a lot of guys out here, man. I fuck with real tough, though. But a lot of underground stuff. I like listening to a lot of underground stuff. And I listen to a lot of dub stuff and a lot of EDM. Oh, shitload of that.
Okay. Which makes perfect sense because, like I said, y'all were like the rock stars back in the day before, you know, rap even really got into that. So, and you can definitely hear it infused in the music.
Yeah, exactly.
So tell us about the clothing line that you have coming up.
Well, our clothing line has been out. It's owned by me and Juicy. It's been out since 2007. It's called Dangerous Scandalous. That's spelled DangerousSkandulus. Or you can always just go to D-X-S store.com. But I'm finna open up a separate site for it that I'll go to it, but it'll just be 36mafiamerch.com. And I see a lot of, you know, I had to shut down a lot of sites that were selling a lot of our bootleg 36 Mafia shirts, And the fans want them, so, you know, I understand why these niggas went out and bootlegged the shit, because we didn't really put them out like that. It was more on the brand side with the DXS and a few, you know, like a 36 Mafia hat here and there and this and that. But one thing I saw what the fans been going crazy of, I've even seen big artists like Tyler, the Creator, and his boys taking photos with them. And they've been wanting all of our old memorabilia shirts. So like shirts with the old album covers and posters from old concerts and different stuff like that. So I'm finna put those together and bring that out at 36mafiamerch.com. That'll come out for the spring and all that stuff, because they've been begging for that. So
yeah, we never get tired of y'all, like ever.
Yeah, I see that. It's a good thing, man. I got a lot of stuff over here I like to buy, so I love the support. I'm a big as seen on TV fan.
Oh my God, I can't. Okay.
I'll be sitting up in the studio 3-4 in the morning. I see something on TV. I'm breaking the credit card out real quick. Like they be like,
okay, because see, my next question for you was going to be, what would people be surprised to know about Paul as the person? So that is probably number one.
Yeah, that's definitely one of them. I collect. I did Celebrity Wife Swap last year, I think it was.
I saw that. It was very interesting.
Yeah, now they cut out a scene. There was me, where they made me clean out my pantry at the house that was full of all kind of stuff that I bought and I never even opened. And we took it and we donated it. But like all kind of like you can buy this and cook this kind of food on it and cook this kind of way and get this and marinate food in 10 minutes and do this and buy this and all this shit that they talk you into buying that don't even really work, or if it work, it don't work better than just an old school trick. As simple as putting your marinade in a Ziploc bag and putting it in the refrigerator. So, like all this stuff, I sit up and buy all this crap. I made myself stop. Ever since we did that wife swap, and I just sat down and thought about it, I was like, man, you're right. I got all this shit sitting up in the closet, and I was like, it's just in the way. It's just in the way. I got to stop spending all this money on all this stuff. You know, I got 100 barbecue grills sitting in the backyard. They go. All you need is a gas one and a charcoal one for the two different, for whichever way you feeling that day. If everybody gonna be over there, and you got some time to blow, you do charcoal. But if you just cooking a quick little something for the night and go in here and watch some Netflix, man, you want to go with a gas grill. So I just started getting rid of all this stuff that I was just sitting up here buying. All these different weird plug-in-the-wall, countertop stove cooking deals and all that shit. I stopped getting all that shit. But I still can't walk down the as seen on TV aisle in Walgreens without buying something, or CVS, without buying something, man. It's going to be something in there that's going to be attractive. I'm going to tell you one thing that I just bought, though, that's real, real cool, not to be promoting somebody else's brand, but it's just, if it's good, you know, I'll tell the fans, you know, I don't have to get paid for everything that I mentioned. But one thing I got that I really like is it's these things called the Catch Caddy.
What is
the
that?
Catch Caddy is a little slim, about an inch wide, about a foot long. I'm looking at one right now because I'm right down the street. Inch wide, foot long device that goes in the corner between your seat and the armrest in the middle of your seat in the front of the car, the driver and passenger seat. And it catches all the change and different weird stuff that fall between the seats. And I'd fucking love it. Love it. I went and bought one for every car. If you order it online, they give you 2 cars worth for the price of 1. So I even gifted out a few of them to other family members. But I love it because I drop all kind of stuff in between the seat. Man, I lost a grill. And whoever got my old Mercedes, whoever got a black 2007 Mercedes that you bought in Los Angeles, California, with black leather seats, you might want to look up under the right passenger seat because DJ Paul's platinum grill is up under it. I just couldn't get to it. There's too many electronics to get to it, and I was coming from a video shoot. Me and Juicy had just shot this video called Shots After Shots. And I just came from a video shoot, and I went to sleep in the passenger seat because my assistant was driving. And I had my grills in my mouth, but I took them off my teeth because they'd be a little uncomfortable sometime after a while. And my top ones don't come out, but my bottom ones do. So I just took my tongue and just kind of flipped them up and was kind of chewing on them, holding them with my teeth. Woke up, they was gone. And I was like, dude, have you seen my grills? I was like, I didn't swallow these motherfuckers while I was asleep, dude. He's like, no. He's like, I don't know. I was like, they must fell up under the seat. I was like, fuck, I couldn't get to it because all the electronics up under the seat of the Mercedes. So I was like, jeez. And so, but with this Catch Caddy, if I had this Catch Caddy then,
you might still have your grill.
I'd have been thousands of dollars richer right now from just having to buy another set of them bottom grills. I lost those years ago. I lost those in like 09. The car I got that car in 07, and I lost those in like 08 or 09 when we was doing that video back then. And I never bought another set until the year before last on tour. And I just
you guys heard it here. DJ Paul likes to go out and get everything from the as seen on TV, especially when it comes from the Walgreens and the CVS aisle.
Yeah.
So are you on Snapchat and Instagram and everything? Give everybody all the social media so they can make sure they're following you if they haven't already. Yeah,
it's real simple. It's Twitter and Instagram is DJ Paul KOM, like King of Memphis. And my Snapchat is DJ Paul KOM 36 with the number 3 and the number 6 behind it. I don't Snapchat a lot, but when I do, people love it. It'll be some crazy shit most of the time, or just something cool or something educational. And my Facebook is DJ Paul KOM Official. And that's it. You know, for the true hardcore fans, man, that's looking for the music, you can go to DJPaul36.com, number 3, number 6, DJPaul36.com. That'll be the website. It'll take you to everything. It'll take you to the barbecue. It'll take you to the YouTube. It'll take you to the social media and all that. So we also got the DJ Paul BBQ.com. That's all the cooking stuff. So it's like some cooking videos and some recipes, and you can order the products.
And then you have your Cooking with Bae that's on Global Grind. Does that come out weekly, or how often does that come out, or was that a one-time thing?
those are one-time things. I did a bunch of little one-time things. I need to make sure all of those are available on my website, too, now that you brought that up. Because I did some one-time ones with Complex as well and First Week Feast. And I did like Super Bowl meals, ideas on what to cook for the Super Bowl and different stuff like that. So, yeah, but I got a YouTube that got some cooking videos of mine that I did on my own. But they older. I got to update them. I'll update them this year because I just been needing to do that for a while. And everybody been begging for it. All the fans been like, man, when are you going to do another cooking video? I'm like, I don't know.
When I really good.
Yeah. It's just the thing when I'm cooking, I just, I never, see what I'm going to do at my place, what I plan on doing is setting up some cameras that just stay there all the time. So when I cook, some GoPros or something, they'll just mount them up there and they just stay there all the time. So when I cook, all I got to do is just flip the button to cut them on and then just be done with it. Because once I get in the groove of cooking and it get to swelling good, and then I don't like to eat cold foods. There's only certain foods that I can eat cold, and that's if, like cold cuts or something like that. But like, if I cook my food, man, I want to eat my food fresh, hot, like soon. Like everybody always talk about, they always fuss like, man, you gotta let your food at least cool off. You gonna burn your mouth. And a lot of times I burn the top of my mouth. I'll be like, man, look, I want to eat my shit hot.
We are a lot alike in that respect.
Yeah, I don't like my food to get cold. Like, man, they'll like sit down and then talking and all this and this and that. Like, man, look, y'all can talk. I'm finna eat. So with that being said, I'm going to cut y'all, but like I was saying, with that being said, I'm just going to set these cameras up, so all I got to do is just hit record, and then they can be recording them, and then I can cook it, and I ain't got to worry about, let me rewind this, let me fast forward this, let me go back, and then I'm just going to hit it, record, take it and eat it, and then just edit that shit later.
No, you need to, because the food that I saw, it was good stuff, and we definitely need to make sure that we see you consistently, because you've had just such a great career, and it's a blessing to still be around, and everybody is still wanting y'all, still downloading the music like I just did. Just went and downloaded a whole bunch of stuff. Gangsta Boo used to be one of my absolute favorites back in the day, so I went and got all of her stuff too. So we still checking for y'all.
For sure, man. We're going to be here for you, man. Like I said, the new single will come out the beginning of April, probably even earlier. Most likely I'll drop something within the next couple of weeks or next week. A little something, just a little teaser or something, because they've been asking me for something. And then the official stuff will start coming out in April. So
well, we will be waiting on it. We will be waiting on it. Thanks, Paul, for joining us this evening with Women in Shoes magazine. It was a real pleasure. I'm a true fan.
Okay, now let me ask you something. Why we didn't talk about no women or no shoes on this thing? I like talking about women. I don't know much about shoes, but, man, we talk about women all day. No, I'm joking.
I knew I'd never get you off the phone if we started talking about women and shoes.
Exactly. We'll say that one for when the interview, when the tape drops. So when the tape drop in April, maybe we'll come back on. We'll talk about all that.
Yeah, we're gonna have to have you back on, definitely. Thank you for joining us this evening.
For sure.
All right, have a good one.
You too. Bye.